For prop firms, I only have 10K and 100K, only two accounts, but I'm not active there. I said to myself, if you are a trader, a real trader, why not you try prop firms and get the certification?
Right. Okay. So you just wanted it for the certificate. You didn't care about the withdrawals. You just wanted the
Yes.
certificate. That's
Yes.
brilliant.
I don't have money in my early days, so I just practice what I've learned because Bruce Lee once said he doesn't afraid man with his 1,000 kicks. He afraid one man that practice one kick 1,000 times. 5 to 700 USD, I did it in like 3 or 4 days.
What? Look, this is a crazy growth and return. I mean, talk us through how you do that. So what did you do with the $100? Where did you grow that to?
I've reached 20K USD and then I separate it. I don't count the profits anymore, For other countries, when there is US session news, other traders would stay out of the chart. But Malaysia, okay, this is the time to make some money, right?
If you were to say, here are 3 steps that I recommend anyone listening take to get to the point where you are, what would they be? And can you try and be as detailed as possible with each of those steps?
Okay, first, I would say
What's up, traders? Welcome to this last installment for 2023. We've got Joey in the house. Now, Joey is a Malaysian SnR style trader. We're really lucky to get him on, actually. He talks about it in the show how the mentors that are out there that do know how to trade are kind of hard to find. You really got to search for them. So we've been lucky enough to get Joey on the show now. He came highly recommended, actually, from a couple of sources which are kind of underground but are well trusted. So, guys, bear that in mind with the show. So Joey isn't like one of these flashy Instagram well-spoken educators. He's Malaysian. His second language is English, so you're going to have to listen closely, but there's a lot of gold in here, so please do take note. Now, what's really interesting is that these Malaysian traders don't tend to go down the prop firm route. They're more down the personal account route. You're going to find out how he manages to flip personal accounts, and this is what they kind of do in Malaysia. Really weird, but we do have a video that we dropped last week where he breaks down his full-on entire strategy, so you can kind of see exactly what he's doing to get these trades that do manage to grow these accounts or flip these accounts massively. Now, this is the last show of the year. I hope you guys had a great Christmas with your friends and family. Thank you so much for supporting the channel across the course of 2023. Yeah, other guys I want to thank are my sponsors, so Blue Guardian, BLACKBULL, and Apex, who have just come on. Guys, if you do want to support the channel as well, please go and show your support with the sponsors. Pay them a visit. Remember, you can get that 10% coupon off Blue Guardian. You can get that giveaway 10 merch packs being given away at the end of the year by BLACKBULL, so go and check that out. And also, they have got a 100% deposit bonus for your first deposit up to $1,000. And also, Apex are giving a coupon off as well. Now, you know that all those links are in the description here. Before we finish up for the year, we've got the mystery trader still placing trades probably throughout the Christmas break as well on that Telegram channel. Go and check it out. Swing trades, and now he's bringing back the day trades as well. Looking to get him in in 2024 on the show, so you can actually meet this guy. Other things going on here, 2 more things. We've got an amazing opportunity for you that I'm going to launch at the start of the year. It's something I've been working on with some other guys. You're going to find out all about that and who they are if you stay tuned and subscribed on Trading Nut. And last but not least, if you're looking to jump on board with what I do every week, where I get a group of people and we build out a trading algo from start to finish, you want to be involved in that in a much easier way than that has been made available. Now you can jump on board and get my Robot Lab live and buy essentially the bot that we're currently building. So folks, more on that this coming year. Right, so that's it from me. Let's dive into the show with Joey and have a great New Year's, and we'll see you on the other side. Our sponsor, Blue Guardian, is the only prop firm that gives their traders a tool to protect them from hitting their max daily loss and over trading. It's super simple to use. Just set the Guardian Protector each day from your dashboard. Did you also know that they've just released an unlimited time evaluation with a 0 trading days requirement, giving you plenty of time to hit their low 8 and 4% targets, making it super fast to get funded. Plus, it's cheaper than the 40-day time limit evaluation. Check out the link and coupon in the description to get 10% off your next Blue Guardian evaluation. All right, folks, here we are on Trading Up. We've got Joey in the house all the way over there in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. We're going to be doing a bit of a Malaysian SnR kind of show for you today. He's about to tell you his full trading journey, and who knows who's been on the show before. So stay tuned. It's all coming up. Right, welcome to the show, Joey.
yes. Thank you, Cam.
Look, we've got a few mutual friends here we found out at the start of the show. So before we dive into that and tell people who they are, well, let's get your full story. Like, how did you get into trading, and why have you gotten to a point now where you've got like thousands of traders reaching out to you saying, "How on earth are you getting these entries?" So, how did it all start?
Actually, it started like 3 years ago. It's all started with COVID-19. Is Malaysian government do the restriction, MCO, movement control order. So people cannot go to their office. A lot of people lost their jobs. And then a friend of mine, Arifti, I think you know Arifti.
Yeah, that's the one. He's
Uh,
been on here before. Yep.
yes, he is like Joey Fizo. Why not we try stocks? We don't go to the office. We just need money and knowledge, of course. So we tried. We tried. We learned about candlesticks, right? And all of this is just 3 years ago, right? And 3 years ago, I would say my very first year is too bad. I had my very first big losses. It's like 10,000 USD in stocks only. It's I think stocks during MCO is not good in Malaysia because it's too bearish. You can make money in stocks in Malaysia because stocks in Malaysia you can only buy, you cannot sell, right?
Ah,
So RFT and I like Joey, why not we try trade gold, ZAR USD. I think it's more pips, like it's faster. Of course, it's a bit more risky. So we give it a try. We try to learn from books, right? We read books about trading, psychology. We learn about candlesticks, right? So at one point, after 1 year of losses, we are like, I think we need a mentor. We need someone who more experienced than us to simplify our way. So RFT choose his own mentor. I choose my own mentor, and we focus like 1 year after our first year of losses. Then the next second year is our focus on our journey. We back testing, like we discuss how about this, how about that, the timing, the multi time frame, all of that. And I say to be comfortable in trading, it would take about 2 years and a half. And then after 3 years, I think here I am, right? So it's a bit
it's a very
it's not
fast
easy.
journey. It's a very fast journey to
Yes,
to getting
I
to this
think
point, which is quite amazing.
I have a good support from RFT, from friends. You need to have a good friends. Also, you need to have a good mentor, right? So a good mentor will show you the ways. Will show you what you need to know, what you don't need to know, what you need to focus, what you need to avoid things. That's shorten my way. So I think I would like to gratitude to my mentor, Malik Jai. Basically, he's silent now, right? He focused on himself, So I think
Sorry,
if you want
can we get that? So, who was the mentor? So, the mentor, what was his name again?
Malik Jai,
Malik Jai, and he's now no longer trading. But he's just focusing on his own stuff, or
no,
he's
I think he's trading, but just focus on himself, right?
okay, not mentoring. Okay, and so when on the mentor thing, so it's quite funny. So you and RFT went off in different directions to get
Yes,
different mentors. Uh, how did you? Why did you land on this guy versus some other mentor out there?
because when I saw his Instagram, I see, wow, entry is very sharp, like very low risk, very high reward. It's every movement. He can hold like from weekly to weekly. I think at my early days, I think, well, it's impossible, right? But now I think, oh, it's just you need to focus on this, and this. So yes, I would
And
like to
and were there
gratitude him.
were there similarities between the style that Arif learned and the style that you learned? Were there any similarities there?
Yes, how we control it, but how we approach it, it might be different because mine, I'm more to market structure. RFP, it's more to trend lines, Trend lines, you can get the first entry for market structure. We need to wait for breakout. So it's safer. Also, it's second entry.
Right. Okay. You're right. So he's getting in before you, but you might get the same move in the
Yes.
same direction. And so, did you ever think like I want to learn how the trend lines work from Arif and
Eh,
incorporate that?
Okay. Actually, I already learned all the seven types of trend line, But what at the end of the day, it's what suits us best. I
Uh,
think the best for me and I comfortable with is market structure. With the confirmations, direction, setup confirmation, all of things that, you know.
Yeah. Okay. And so that journey from like, first year losing, second year get a mentor, start improving. How did that sort of go from like, there's obviously that transition between losing and being consistently profitable. What was that journey like for you? I mean, can you talk us through some of the ups and downs you had along the way?
Okay. Right after my mentorship with my mentor, right? My very first week, right? I learned about 1 month. After 1 month, I can grow from my personal account from 5 USD to 700 USD.
$5. $5.
Five $5,
$5
because
to 700.
yes, because basically back then, like I really, not good from money because I invest my money to my mentor. I think the best thing to invest is invest in your knowledge, invest in yourself first. So I don't have money, and I'm grateful that brokers in Malaysia you can deposit as low as 1 USD, right? But to trade gold, you need at least 5 to 10 USD. But it's one shot. If
Right. Yeah. You
you
lose it.
lost,
Yeah. You're out.
yes, you lose the
Yeah.
account. But I think it's okay lah because 5 to 700 USD I did it in like 3 or 4 days.
What? So look, talk us. Look, this is a crazy, growth and return. I mean, talk us through how that work, how you do that. I mean, how many trades? How does each trade look? What does that look like?
Okay, actually it's simple. Two things. We buy at support, we sell at resistance. Also focus on trend, right? When you are in trend, your risk is reduced and your reward is of course a long way,
Mm.
right? So how how I got the growth, actually I hold the position, right, until the certain area that I think okay, it's okay here, it's the turning point here, so I get out of the position.
And so okay, what did that first trade go from $5? What was the balance at the end of that first trade closing?
First closing, I think from the 5 USD to 700, my first closing profit is I use lot 0.01. I think 5 USD, which is 50 pips.
Okay, so you basically doubled the original deposit in the first trade, which is
Yes.
yeah. And so did you lose any trades along the way?
Okay. In my early days when I just learn from my mentorship, right? For 3 days, I don't have any loss, right? I just cut loss. Okay. I think this is still in buy trend. This is still in bullish trend. So I think it's not wise for me to sell right now. So I just cut it earlier, not hit my stop loss yet. So when I reach my 700 USD, I think, okay, this is a lot of money for me. So I withdraw some, and the next day I start my losses.
Oh, the losses start on the next day after you
Yes,
withdrew.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Folks, Black Bull Markets have 10 merch packs to give away to clients who sign up before the end of the year, including one of these trader keys. So to go in the draw, all you need to do is sign up with the link below this video or in the podcast description, and you'll go in the draw to win. It's that simple. And remember, folks, when you sign up to Black Bull Markets through the Trading Nut link below, you're going to get a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000 on your first deposit. All you need to do is click the link in the description below the video or the podcast. You got to the 700 without losing any trades.
I'm not losing, but I cut it earlier.
Oh, okay, right. So you weren't letting the trades run all the way. Like, I mean, give us an example of like
Yes.
that last trade that. Sorry, okay, cut it earlier as in it was still a loss, but it didn't hit your full stop loss.
Yes. I think when for Malaysian SnR, it's actually you control at lower time frame. The core principle of SnR is lower time frame. Higher time frame will be determined by lower time frame, right? So when the lower time frame keeps rejecting this one, I think okay, this one is not good. I am against the trend. I am against the trend. So okay, just cut it. Let the winners run.
Okay, right. So I think I got it. So you sort of possibly had a few losses in there, but they were smaller risk
Yes,
versus
correct.
the overall. Okay, right. Okay, so anyway, you got to that 700. And then you started losing on that account, which was, let's call it, say, $300. I mean, what did you do from there?
Because 700 is too big, and I'm like, okay, this is my first time. So this is my first time. So I would withdraw half, and the other half, like 400 or 300, I don't remember. So then I start to trade, but somehow I mislook at something that in trends, so I start to lose, right? You know,
And yeah, and you're losing like what you like. How much did you lose of the 300?
I like half of the account. Like I left only 50 USD, and then yeah, okay, I need to get back on track. I need to check back everything. You know, so because when you grow from 5 USD to 700 USD, and then you withdraw some, it's like you're still small. It's very different to the funded account, right? So you need to keep your emotion check. You need to see your trend check, your stop loss fix. Not like okay, it still can go reverse, right?
So your
I
stop
think
loss. When you say stop loss fixed, so that the psychology aspect of this is you've got to hold the trade without moving the stop loss at any point, and just accept the fact that if it gets hit, it gets hit, and
yes.
it runs to that big massive R target, whatever that is. Like, can you give us an example of like what one of those big R's was? How far did it go?
Big losses, you mean?
Oh, no, a big return. What was the biggest sort of like risk to reward ratio that you had?
Oh, okay. Risk ratio, I would say for me, my asset, right? My stop loss, I will fix it to 20. But if got news, right, in US Asian news, I would put it 30, right? 30 is very max, right? And 30 for gold, it's it's still logic because gold, the movement, right? It's so volatile. So you give market some space to do the direction, right? So 30 pips, it's still logic. 20 pips is okay, but not in US session. So my risk reward, I must TP at least 30 pips, right? For me, how I grow my account, usually I layer the position. So once hit 30 pips, I would take profit half of them, right? 30 pips, half of them I TP, I take my profit, and the rest I just set my BE, break even, right? So I don't have emotional related to that position.
Hmm.
So it's okay. I say, okay, let's wait for the next setup. So my emotion is checked, my trading plan is checked, everything is good.
And the next setup, so say you were like, you're letting this thing run. I suppose you've locked in some profit. The rest is going to be break even. So really, it's another setup, isn't it? It's completely fresh, i.e., it's a fresh trade, even though you've got runners going. So it's not like you were layering with the fact that you could lose on the original position. You've already made money on that. So it's kind of like I've never really thought of it like that for whatever reason. I don't know why. I suppose it's because if you lose the next set of positions, overall the other ones will probably hit break even and you might lose those as well. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, let's move on from there. So you obviously had that early success. What happened after that? How did your trading progress?
Actually, after that, I think the 5 to 700, it's like knowledge plus beginner's luck.
Yeah,
So after the 700, I start to lose some. I start actually from those losses. I learned my emotions. I learned to not against the trends. So my account is like fluctuating, right? Ups, ups, down, ups, down, ups, down, right? So what I do, like I practice for 1 year, same technique, back testing, nights, days, just do the same thing, right? Because other of my friends, uh, they have a lot of money, so they go through one to another mentors. So these mentors will teach trend line, these mentors will teach engulfing, these mentors will teach market structure, right? So at the end of the day, yes, they learn all, but it will complex their thinking. For me, I don't have money in my early days, so I just practice what I've learned because Bruce Lee once said he doesn't afraid men with with 1,000 kicks. He afraid one man that practice one kick 1,000 times.
mm,
Right. So I
yeah,
practiced for 1 year, like back to back testing. Also, I practice manually. No FX replay that time. Back testing, front test, everything until the confidence come to myself. I think okay, it's good to go. It's time to deposit a big amount. For me, 100 USD is still big amount for me. That time in my early days,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So from 100 USD, I can go a bit far, right? Because in Malaysian SnR, it is known as you can grow from small account to big accounts, right? Right. So I think it's doable, but it takes time.
So what did you do with the $100? What was that? Where did you grow that to?
Uh, I think uh, it's fluctuate, but I've reached 20, 20 K USD, and then I separate it. I don't count the profits anymore,
Yeah,
because I've learned that it's not about money management. It's about money management, but you need to learn account management. This account is for buy, this account is for sell, this account is for you to grow. You can use more margins, right? So I think I manage my account well after
yeah.
that.
So after that, so you got the 100 to 20K, which is pretty amazing, and then you've split it up, right? So and you now don't really know where you're at. So did you at any point think about like jumping into a prop firm? Because I think between those years it was really sort of FTMO and like these guys here, Blue Guardian, everyone was sort of like really starting to lift their game and lots more coming on the market. I mean, what about that? Did you think about it? Does your style even work with them?
Yes, actually, I started to try prop firms this year, this early year, right? I think in January, my student, I think Peter introduced me. Why not you try prop firms? The prop firms is not well known in Malaysia, because Malaysia, these broker, they promote you can grow account, you can have withdrawals, like it's personal and
Mm,
life account. It's
mm,
not more to prop funded, right? So I give it a try. One good thing about prop firm is it will teach ourselves about more discipline because you are handling a lot of money, right? So you need to the decision is quite tight for me, right? Because it's totally different crowdfunding and personal account. Because personal account, yes, you have the flexibility, but you bear your own risk, right? But prop firm, you need to what we call restrict. You need to very careful your your game, your what we call uh scale up game. It's different. So I think one of my turning point to be a good trader is to jump in into the prop firms, right? So I be a better discipline myself.
How did you get on with your first prop firm challenge?
Okay, for prop firms, like it's not like my very first account I got the funded. No, actually it's I think the fifth or the fourth, uh, fifth or the fourth try I get funded. You know, it's I think it's totally different. Prop firm and the life account, it's totally different game.
And
So
what was the sort of main issue there? Was it like just over risking or
it's because life account it's your money. So okay, I need to careful, right? But for prop firms, you know, for I think last time I used MFF, right? 50 USD, I think 50 USD for 5K. So you know, okay, this is just 50 USD, right? Just hit the button. So it's not good actually. So I discipline myself. Okay, okay, let's give it a try, right? For problems. So I think after 4 to 5 accounts, only then I get funded, right?
I mean, have you sort of like decided I'm going to go after prop firm funding and get multiple accounts and hundreds of thousands in funding?
Okay. I for prop firms I only have uh 10K and 100K, only 2 accounts, but I not active there, right? I think it's just my accomplishment, right? See, because I said to myself, if you are a trader, a real trader, why not you try platforms and get yourself your the certification, right? So I think I'm a good trader now, like that.
Right. Okay. So you just wanted it for the certificate versus the money. You didn't care about the withdrawals or getting it. You just wanted the
Yes,
certificate. That's
yes.
brilliant. Okay. So let's talk about risk on your personal account. I mean, what kind of risk would you be looking to place on any one particular position?
Okay. I would say 10%, but
10%.
very
Right. Okay.
10%, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
10%, but it's like I said, I do money management, but my account management is more well planned, you know. So I have, let's say I have 500 USD. I will divide it into 5 account of 100 USD, you know. So when I try. So 100 USD, I like, I have actually 3 or 4 setups live, right? So between these 4 setups, usually 3 or 4 I win. At least 3, 2, 3, 4, at least I win. So from those wins, my accounts can grow, right? So I would like to pinpoint that money management is good, is important. Account management is also important.
Yeah, it's funny that because I mean, I learned about account management probably a few years ago. Funnily enough, when I was in Malaysia, and I you never hear about it really ever. Uh, Anyone I interview never talks about it. They all sort of talk about like either I mean, obviously the prop firms is kind of a different thing, but just talk about like I've got a trading account or one trading account. Maybe they have two, or maybe they've split them up, but don't really see it as a strategy. I mean, if you're going to sort of I mean, that's like one strategy there, 500 divided into five, and you've got five different accounts. You mentioned buy and sell accounts. What other kind of strategies do you include in the account management?
Okay, I would say like okay, like this. Yes, okay, for one account, I would risk like 10% For example, I have 100 USD. So the maximum lot that I allow myself to use is like 0.1 lot, 10 cents lot. So from 10 cents lot, right, whatever the profit is, I just left, let's say I grow to 200, right? From 100 account to 200 account. And then uh, I withdraw the rest, but I will let the balance 200. So yes, your profit is small, but your account is getting bigger, right? So that's the game. It's not too risky and it's not too low risk,
Mm.
right? It's in the middle for me.
So,
So
so
along the
that's
time,
one. Yep.
yeah, along the time, yes, in the beginning, your profits will be small. You can withdraw small like 100 USD per twice week, right? So along the time, when your capital is bigger, your lot size also increase, your profit also will increase, right? So it's not that high risk. It's well managed, right?
It's sorry, I missed that last bit. It's not high risk. It's well managed. Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Be-
So that's so you got one approach there is like having a 10% risk account that would you trade that account with would you place the same trade on that account that you'd place on another type of account? Or has that got its own special trade? Like I'm just going to place, I'm going to enter here. I'm going to use the 10% account only. I'm not going to put any other trades on any of the other accounts and just have that trade on that one 10% account and then move to another account at a different time. Is that how you do it?
Yes. Actually, for me, it's important for you to comfortable with the lot size, you know. So I might use the same lot size for like a week. You know, if my win rate is good, you know, less like 1 to 2 SL only a week, I won't increase my lot size, right? So when I think my win rate is good, only then I increase my lot size, right? So when I lose the account, I have others account. So it's okay. It's well planned, right?
So how many? It's just on that. So I don't know if you answered my question there, but we'll dive back into it again in a second. So like, how many accounts have you actually lost in, like, say, your life as a trader, given this approach?
Oh, you know, live account.
They're live accounts that you've lost, even if they're $100 or $10 or whatever.
Uh, I think I lost count already too much because I started with, 5 USD. It's like it's do or die, right?
Mm.
So five USD is okay. It's okay for me to lose the account, right? It's just a little money for me to trade, you know. So I would say I have blown my accounts too many times, right? But from those accounts, I learned my account management. I learned from my money management well.
Okay, well,
So
I've got a different question then. So if that, I mean, because yeah, of course, you've blown a lot of accounts, but what about have you, since you've been consistently profitable, how many accounts have you blown?
okay, I think this year, I think blow account not yet.
Oh,
Just personal account not yet. Seriously, it just when I have losses, I just cool down a bit, find a very good setup because I believe in trading. One good setup, one good trades can replace others SL trades. You know.
mm. Okay, and so
So
like a good trade that for you, so you're taking partials at like let's say 1.5 R, right? And you're letting something run or the rest of it run. So you're taking 50%, you're letting the rest run, you're scaling in. So if you get one big run on gold, you might be like talking, instead of your 1.5 R, you might be getting a 10 R trade on half the position, which makes the overall R like 5.5 R or something like that. Is it as big as that or is it even bigger?
okay, for Malaysian SNR, I don't know if you know about this, but TFT have banned Malaysia from using their props, you know, because Malaysian SNR is like hedging, you know. We buy we buy a support and then when reach to register, we sell. That's how we grow our accounts, right? But of course, you need to stick your BE, your SL, those things. You must TP at the pips for grow your accounts.
So does that mean that when you get a runner, it is going to be like a humongous winner versus your if you got a full loss?
Yes, it's like I think the runners is like insurance. If I lost, I still have profitable wins running,
Ah,
right?
okay, yeah, yeah. So you might even short against the runners just to
Yes,
get if you got a runner along, you might short against the runner and then still take a take some money off the table. That's essentially hedging that runner position. Got it.
yes,
Okay, right. So you're trying to trade every swing of the market.
yes.
And how many trades? Let's put it into perspective for everyone. So I'm trying to paint the picture for everyone here. If you, how many trades a week would you take?
Uh, big. I think big is too big. I think for a day, 2 to 3 setups a day. You know, especially in US session. US
Mm.
session actually can give me at least 2 setups
And
because
this is
the
just on gold,
volatility.
just on gold.
Yes,
Yep.
yes,
That's pretty cool. So I mean, there's a lot of trading just on one market, given the fact I've had other traders on the show here who might not take any trades in a week, and they trade multiple markets, or they have like one or two trades a week and trade multiple markets. So trading 3 or 4 setups in a day, or 2 to 3 setups in a day, is pretty phenomenal from like I suppose just I suppose a trading point of view. Okay, interesting stuff.
uh,
So what about your win rate? If you had to explain your win rate to us, how would you sort of classify it?
okay. My win rates. I would say 70 to 80.
Okay, so
70 to 80.
you win a lot. Okay, now I want to dive back into this account management thing and see if we can get an answer to this question around. So you've got one account that you're going to place a 10% risk trade on. Then how many other accounts have you got?
I would say I would just prepare another 4, right?
Another
Because
four. Okay. And
yes,
with those other four, so you got your 10% account. What's the next account that you'd have, or another account that you'd have?
uh, like this. Okay, so imagine we have 5 accounts. So the active accounts will be 2 only, and the 3 I would use if these 2 blown,
Right.
right? So this one is for, like say, I want to take every trades like with this account, right? And I want to take like my favorite setups with this account. So it's different.
Okay.
So
So it's not.
the growth rate
Yeah.
is different.
Okay. So okay, right. So you've got sort of a higher risk and a lower risk account, and then you've got. Are they separated into buy and sell?
Yes, because for Malaysian SnR, I think for other countries, when there is FOMC, CCI, PPI, CPI, those US session news, right? Other traders would stay out of the chart. But Malaysia, okay, this is the time to make some money, right? Like uh yesterday night in Malaysia in US session.
Hmm.
So I got this buy for gold and it flew 100 pips, and
Yeah.
ITP all, and it flew another 100 pips. So I think for Malaysian is now we like to trade news, right? Also, Malaysian is blessed with the time.
Hmm.
If you are working the 9 to 5, right? It's okay because morning is our Asia session, right? Evening is London session, and night is US session. Even you are working 9 to 5 jobs at night, you can still trade, right?
Yeah.
So last night trade was good. I think I made 100 pips
Yeah, I got
yesterday.
the same. I got the same trade. Funnily enough, so I want it. So, but back onto these accounts, this account structure here. So okay, so you've got. So what I'm trying to assume at this moment is, or what I'm thinking is, you haven't blown an account this year, right? So the
Yes,
2 accounts you started off with, out of the five, you've got three other accounts that haven't been touched for this
Yes.
whole year. Right. Okay. Cool. That's really interesting way of doing it, and hopefully the guys listening have taken a different approach away on what they might do. So, can I ask what the risk percent is on the other account, not the 10% one? What percent risk per trade would you take?
I would say same because it's been my trading style, my trading plan, right? I would
Okay.
let because I started with low capital. I think 100 is still low capital, right? It's not like prop firms,
Yeah.
right? 100K USD, right? So at least when we need to grow, we need more risk, to get more rewards, right? So 10% is not too high, not too low for me.
Yeah, and I think if we think about it right as a collective set of accounts, really 10% on the five accounts is actually probably only 2%, right? Because if you look at the five accounts as a whole, 10% on one account is really only 2% of the whole bucket of accounts that you've got. So it kind of actually reduces that 10%. It doesn't sound as bad at that point. Right. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting stuff. Can you walk us through your typical trading day?
Okay, trading day. Okay. I would say in the morning, I would just open the chart, mark the setup, because I'm not like okay, it's session Asia session and I would trade this session. No, I would trade when there is a setup, right? I don't care if it's Asia, it's London or UK, but in US session, I will focus, fully focus. I will be fully in front of my laptops, wait for the setups, right? For the confirmations. So I would say I would active trade at night in Malaysia in US session because US session give more volatile, got news, also more updates,
Okay. Okay. Cool. Right. So you sort of like set the alerts and then wait and go off and do what would you do outside of that, the trading day? What kind of stuff do you get up to?
Uh, actually for I think because I am full-time trader, so I think for London session, if let's say tonight I have something to do, right? I have occasion, I have events out with my friends. So I would just focus in London session, because London session is basically our evening time. It's like 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Like it's okay. It's one good setup is so good already for that day, right?
Oh
I
yeah, and then
will
you're done
say
for that day. Yeah. Yeah.
yes. I will say at least 1 to 2 setups every day, at least.
Yeah. Okay. Now what about like if you sort of had to take what you've managed to achieve in such a short period of time and impart it onto somebody else, like what would they need to do, or what kind of traits do you think you have, or characteristics do you think you have that have allowed you to crack or make money from trading um, pretty much out of the gates?
Uh, I would say that first I'm not a marketer or promote something, but find a good, very good mentor, right? For a mentor, they will show their experience. We pay them not for their only time. We pay them for their experiences. The losses that they took, everything they. First, you need to find a good mentor, right? It's not like scammers, not like what mentor for living. It's not do mentor for living, not trade for living, right? Because good mentors usually it's hidden, right? Like I find my mentors, it's very hard for me because the profile picture, no picture, it's very fishy, But I think good traders, it's hidden,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Look, I mean, I tend to agree with you, and like it's. I mean, I'm here trying to find traders every week, and the good guys are not like the real experts are not necessarily going wanting to come out and go, oh look, give me a public profile. And I'm talking people that sort of know it inside and out, and are doing ridiculous things. So yeah, right. So getting a mentor is probably number one. What about like the fact that you managed to stick with this mentor and didn't strategy hop or do any of these sort of like, other things, or did you?
Actually, in my early days, like I said, I believe that the best investment is to myself, right? The knowledge itself. So, in my early days, I use my own money. I don't use my parents' money, right? And I'm still student. So I use my money to invest. So I cannot go hope to, other strategies because I don't have money. Like, okay, this is good, right? So I give it a shot. I I try to understand it every way. Try to question everything. Besides having a good mentor, I would suggest you to read books, to read psychology, right? Psychology of trading is basically underrated. You know, for psychology, for you to be good in psychology, it actually takes 2 to 3 years, right? It's not like overnight success. No, it's you need to gain your experiences. Only then you will good in your psychology.
Yeah, so it sounds like that year you had where you just sat at the charts and back tested was the year that broke the back of it for you to get that profitability. Um, I mean, if you would say like here are 3 steps that I recommend anyone listening take to get to the point where you are, what would they be? And can you try and be as detailed as possible with each of those steps?
Okay, first I would say you need to plan well your money, right? Because trading needs money, right? If you want to find a mentor, also needs money. So first thing first, don't use your savings money, right? You need to live. You need to save up for your next trade, for you to live, right? And for me, the best time to be a trader, to learn about trades is student time. If you are still in university, I highly recommend you to learn trade, because you have no commitments. Yeah, you don't have partner, right? By legal, right? You don't have commitments, right? You don't have jobs, right? So I think plan,
So
plan your
sorry,
plan your
that's if
time.
you're in uni, did you say? If you're in
Yes,
university. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I thought you said USD there, and I was like, what's that? Okay, so uni, yeah.
because
Yeah, it's a
because
perfect time.
my time, me and Arif, we started from university, right? When we started when we're in university, so less commitments, so we can focus more on these trades, because trades actually it put a lot of pressure, right? It's not good for you if you cannot manage it well. So first thing first, I would say manage well, manage your time, manage your money, because time and money is your capital. Capital is not only your money; it's also your time, right? So first plan. Second, I would say be resilient, right? Because trading is the hardest way to make the easiest money,
Mm.
right? I will repeat, the hardest way to make the easiest money. So it will be ups and downs, if you're not lucky, you meet scammers, right? Investment scammers, something like that, right? So and number three is I would suggest you to start journaling, journal your emotions before and after trades, while in trades, journal your trades, your winners trades, your losing trades, all of that you need to journal, right? So you can look back, you can know, okay, I behave like this in such a trades, right? In losing trades, I behave like this. So when you journal, you know, okay, you will behave like this. So it's easier for you to counter that, right? So those are three things.
Right, cool. Now, what about if you had to if you're telling somebody to study a price chart, what would be 3 things on there that you would say, go and study these. These are the things that are actually going to matter.
Okay, for price charts, I would say first, study trend. Study every turn of a trend. Study what the price do and which time frame is it. First, the trend. Second, I would say multi-time frame because every time frame contributes to the market movement, you know. So, like I said, the core of SNR is the higher time frame will be determined by the lower time frame. Also got the combination of time frame. So price action is important, but we also need to switch time frames. Right? I think that's all. That's two
Those
only.
are the two. That's the only two. And I do like that. Like, have a look at what happens when price turns. Uh, and I mean, because in my mind, I'm thinking, what you want to do is almost like every time you see a big turn, just take a screenshot of it, put it in a folder, and then I'm sure after enough of those screenshots, you would get common looking patterns happening every single time at those turns.
Yes, but the question is which time frame?
Yeah, yeah, sorry, yeah, and you look at the time frame as well and go, well, this is 4 hour, this is 1 hour, this is what's happened, and
Yes.
yeah, marry it up. Yeah, that's interesting, and it's interesting that you say so. The lower time frame determines the higher time frame
No, no,
direction.
it's vice versa. The
Ah,
higher time
right, yeah, I was
frame
going to
will
say,
be
yeah,
determined by lower time frame.
yeah, yeah,
So
so yeah, so the high time frame will be determined by the lower time frame, which kind of I've always heard that the higher time frame leads and the lower time frame follows,
yes, but
but
for
is that
me,
wrong in
okay,
your mind?
see, let's say a price reach to a resistance, right? If lower time frame, let's say M1 or M5 minutes chart, there is no breakout sell. So the price, the higher time frame, let's say H4, will continue up or will reverse. Basically, it will
Ah,
go up. So
yeah,
high time frame will be determined by lower time frame. If lower
yeah,
time frame breakout, the high time frame will follow us.
yeah, yeah. Gotcha. Okay, right. So yeah, to find out if a level's going to hold, that's what you need to do is dive into the lower time frame to then determine it. Now, what about like, do you have like a mindset hack or tip you could share with our listeners out there?
Yes, I would say that every traders, right, we will have our ups and downs, but please don't have anchor effect. You know, anchor effect. It's
Mm,
like when you already reach 10,000 K USD and suddenly you hit your stop loss, your account uh impact to 8,000 USD, right? So you lost to 2,000 USD. So the anchoring effect started. Like you need to catch up those 2,000 backs. So it's
yeah,
very not good. You just need to start fresh, relax yourself, start fresh, start new, start it again, right? No anchor effect.
yeah. So it's almost like, yeah, you need to take another way to talk about that you might have heard before is it's very much there's no yeah the probability of the last trade has no impact on the probability of the next trade, so it's almost like independent probabilities, so you got the same um chance on the next trade as you did on the one that just lost. I think it's kind of the way you were trying to what we're trying to get across here. Now we're going to dive into a few quick fire questions and this wrap this up. uh what about, do you have a recommended trading book or resource that you'd send somebody to?
I would say Market Wizard. I actually read it.
Ah, yeah.
Yes, I think it's good because the writer interviews top traders. For me, what good in reading book? It's like uh, you save your time, right? Actually, if you want to experience things, you need your time, right? But if you learn from other people's time, you will save more times and you will be more wise. You will
Mm.
be wiser, right? So I think it's good to read books for your psychology
Now,
trading.
yeah, is that the market? Is that just the general, the first market wizards? It's not the. I think there's a few
Yes,
editions
I
of
think
it.
the first one.
Okay, and what about your preferred trading, your broker and trading platform? Look, folks, I know you want the answer to this question. Which broker is this trader using? Now, the answer has been sponsored by BLACKBULL Markets. So to find the answer out, you're going to need to go over to tradingnut.com, find the show notes page for this guest, and then all will be revealed. Cool. Now, do you want to leave our listeners with one piece of advice?
I would say trust the process.
Trust the process. What about?
Yes.
I have got one last question before we finish up. I mean, where do you see yourself? I mean, you're only like 3 years into this, really. So where do you see yourself in like 10 years' time at this
And
current
this
rate of
time.
this current rate of play?
Okay. I would say that trading. Uh, in my early days, I would see trading is my last what I call last goals, right? But after years of trading, I think trading is just the beginning, right? I want to expand my business, right? I want to autopilot my investments. So at one time, money works for me. I don't work for money because actually trading, yes, it's profitable. It makes good money, but we still work for that money, right?
Mm,
So I
yeah.
would autopilot the business, and I think it would take me another, I think, 5 years.
Another 5 years, okay. To autopilot, nice. Hey, look, it's been a fantastic show having you on here, learning about this stuff. I mean, I'd love to get more Malaysian traders on because I think you guys have got a very different approach than the rest of the world for whatever reason, and it's highly aggressive and it's highly unique. And I think people can learn a lot from it. So thank you very much for coming on. Now, before we wrap up, what's the best way for traders to get hold of you?
You can contact me at my Instagram, loaded potato, right? Loaded LOADED potato POTATO with 6 O. Loaded
And
potato, something like that.
that's a kind of weird. It's not your typical, forex or whatever
Yes,
you call that
because
name.
because
Why do
uh,
you come loaded potato? Where do we get that from?
because in Malaysia it's a bit cliche if you put your name like Fizo FX. It's the
Yeah.
FX is too
Okay.
cliche. So we came up with RFT, like RFT. Mine is a bit different. We have other friends that name a bit weird, but no FX at the back.
And what's loaded potato actually mean in your mind?
Actually, there is in Malaysia, if you are not good looking, actually we call them as potato, right? So I
Oh.
think I might be a potato, but at least I'm freaking loaded. Loaded,
Hey.
loaded can be in money.
Yeah.
So I
Gotcha.
think
Gotcha.
it's
And loaded potato is like if you've got a potato. I can't believe we're talking about this. If you bake a potato, you typically load it with food. If that's what you do, and it's the Western world, we do that. Okay, look, hey, well, look, a big thank you to Joey Fizzo here today for sharing with us everything we've discussed. Along with all the links are in the show notes. To find them, simply search for Joey in the search box on tradingnut.com or click the link below this video or podcast description. And until next time, I wish all my listeners trading happiness and success. Right, folks, there you have it. Interview done and dusted with Joey. Now, remember, we did shoot that video where he broke down his entire strategy. So if you missed that last week, then it's already up there. Go and check it out. It is quite a masterclass of a strategy that he breaks down here. So go and dive into this. We've got fully subtitled, so it's very easy to understand. Now, other things before we wrap up for the year, remember, we've got the Mystery Trader. Go and check that out on the Telegram channel, Trading Nut. We've got those sponsors that you need to go and give a big thank you to for supporting the channel across the course of 2023 and into 2024. That's Blue Guardian, BLACKBULL, and Apex. And also, we've got the special Robot Lab Live access. So if you do want to jump on there and see what I do every week, jump in with me on a call and see me build out trading strategies into fully automated robots and testing them, then that's all up there on Trading Nut. And last but not least, we got that special something coming in the new year, so stay tuned. Have a great New Year's. Thanks for supporting the channel and the show, and we'll see you in 2024.